Hello everyone, so here we have a gentleman that we played recently in a Pro-Am with, and very impressive amount of power. So all I'm going to do today is just talk about where I believe his power come from and why I believe he could hit the ball so far. So this gentleman didn't really have any sporting background. He played high school golf, but nothing impressive. He also played golf 6 times a year is what he said. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through his swing and see why he obviously hit the ball so far. Now, he's obviously quite a large gentleman. He was 6'4", 6'5", but I mean, when I say he hit the ball a long way, this gentleman drove it over 350 yards. It was incredible, and his ball speed was up around the 195 mark, which was just so impressive. So we're going to show first of all, so he's got a very powerful setup, very powerful stance. He's quite low in his setup. If you can see, he's quite squatted down. Now, I'm not saying ideally you'd be looking for with a fairly strong grip, but we'll see what he does with it. Now, what he does here is he swings the club very, very wide, but he keeps his body very, very still. And you'll notice how he gets a beautifully long shoulder turn. The club doesn't go past parallel, but he's got a lovely shoulder turn. But his hips haven't turned too far. He really is coiling up an incredible amount of power. And then from the top here, you'll notice the first shift he makes just pops a little left. That weight just moves into that left foot, which is exactly what you want to see. Now, the question would be, is usually we would see our players lift up with their right heel and lose all their power, come over the top is what we usually see in a Pro-Am, but not this gentleman. This gentleman manages to bump onto that left side and then produce a fantastic amount of lag coming off of his shoulder. Now, what I would always say is lag is great. Can you release it? Well, watch what this gentleman does. See, as he turns here, you see the powers now in that kind of left knee. If you look in the bottom image, in that left knee bulging out, and then you watch, he releases all of that power from here. He's not holding on to that lag. He is going to release it at the ball. So to the point where as we get to the ball, which we'll just get through to here, you can see it in the bottom image, he has released everything at the ball. Now, what he also does is, if we just rock and roll it back and you look at the top image and you look at his hat, watch his hat lift as he goes through the ball. This is where he's using the ground to gain more power, and he's using the power that he's coiled up and he's releasing all of it at the ball. So yes, he's a big fella. Yes, he's got a lot of advantages. You can see physically he's obviously built very well. But what he does is he releases the power at exactly the right moment and really, really creates some speed. Something to be impressed by, but also something that everyone can do. This isn't too difficult to do. It's just about putting the effort in to get from low to high and releasing that club point at the right point. Hope this helps.